Chapter 2. It was getting harder to find animals for my experiments, but I still knew one I could get access to easily.
And so then I hit continue, and the date begins to change
To 1932?
to 1932.
Alright. What's your scene?
So now we find ourselves back at the train stop. Now everything is somewhat gray, a little bit more gray seeming, as a storm seems to have rolled in. And it's raining, as vines have taken over part of the train, or part of the stop. Everything seems to be in well condition other than vines having grown over everything. And there's now a new sign that says attention, or ATT, closed track, which displays the pattern of the train path that we put in before. The machine is still there and seems to be in the same condition we left it in, outside of some vines having grown on it.
Okay, that matches exactly with everything I'm seeing. I'm still able to interact with the track machine, and it's still able to lay out a track for me, although it does look a little muddied, but that could just be a false perception of the line.
I am able to as well.
Just for giggles, I'm going to quickly lay out the same pattern, even though I know it's closed. But I'm here, so nothing. Reset,
Nothing.
back
Okay.
out. Just and I would note the clock has struck midnight again for me.
Mine as well.
All right. Okay, do you want to go same direction, counterclockwise or clockwise? Which way are we doing?
Let's go to the left again.
Okay, rotating. I am back at Raven's clock. Between
I as
hours
well.
3 to 9. I'm going to do a quick rotation. Clock mechanics still works the same. So the question is, do you want to continue on through?
So you went all the way around?
I did just quickly to see if the clock still changed.
Oh, I didn't see any changes to the scenery of Raven's clocks.
Neither did I.
Everything seems to be the same, and I will complete a rotation as well. Oh, except now there's a new location.
Oh, yes, a bugle store.
A bugle store, which seems to be open, but I have not clicked on it.
And it has taken the place of the well.
And it has taken the place of the well. Alright, so then continuing is the house with the same scenery as before.
Same scenery, still lit.
And then back to the train where it is now 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to go to 11 o'clock. Alright, we are at the same time.
Alright, so then so we'll start a leftward rotation again, just so we can slowly set it back. Eventually we'll be at Raven's. I am now outside the bugle store.
Okay, so you're going back to midnight and then going to Raven's.
No, I'm sitting at 11, and I'm just outside the bugle. I figure we'll just do rotations as we go through, and we'll eventually get there.
Yeah, perfect. Alright, so from Raven's, we'll go to Bugle Store.
That's correct.
Bugle Store is lit, open. Do you see your Raven?
I have not seen nor heard the Raven.
Alright.
Which makes me feel that Amelie's experiments
have proceeded. Okay, I clicked on the Bugle Store. When I did, it brought me into a kind of... Basically, the screen I see looks almost like a set of lockers, if that's the right word. I see a series of 3 complete with partials to the right and to the left. There is a beetle in between the first and second whole lockers.
I'm sorry. So these are lockers. So it's a square grid.
It is. It looks 3 rectangles in front of me. So I'm assuming you do not see this.
That's correct. My scene is completely different.
Okay.
So it's 3 rectangles.
Fills the entire screen. 3 complete rectangles. They look almost like a compass, or the theme is clocks, so let's go with clock. With kind of tick marks at the 12. I guess that would be the 1.5, 3. Basically at the like 45-degree marks, and kind of like a point at each of the kind of cardinal directions. So you have top, bottom, right, left. And these 3 lockers that are kind of the whole that fill up the whole screen have numbers at the bottom.
All right.
44 on the left, 46 in the middle, 48 on the right. There are buttons. When I push them, the numbers do not change. The partial on the right, I can see a partial 5. The partial on the left, I can see
I'm
nothing.
sorry, there are partials?
There are 2 partials. So I can
So there's boxes on either side.
yes. Yep.
Okay.
And I see kind of like the trim of boxes above and below. So I get it. You know what? I said they were lockers. I'm starting to think this is the post office, and
This
these are
is the
post
post
office
office.
boxes. So these are
Because
mailboxes.
mine displays a red mailbox that simply displays post brevkas.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So then I see 3 complete post boxes with
All
partials
right.
to the left and right. I guess that's the easiest way. And then there's a beetle, similar to the one that came down the stairs for me, in between the 2 left. So between the 44 and the 46, there's a beetle at the top of the screen. Gold beetle, not moving, not mechanical. Apparently not mechanical. Oh, when I click it, it winds up. It is mechanical. It moved. I'm sorry. But
All
that's
right.
my
So
that's my scene.
so it's basically there's nothing else to see but closed boxes 44, 46, and
Correct.
48.
Oh wait. Oh, I can scroll up and down. I just realized that.
All right. All
So
right. So what else do you see?
so that's basically numbers at 44, 46, 48. If I scroll up, I see the same ending numbers of a different tier. So I'm at the bottom row default. 44, 46,
Okay.
48. If I scroll up, I have 34, 36, 38. Above that, 24, 26, 28. Above that, 14, 16, 18. I can interact with every button. It does nothing. So I made that way more complicated than it needs to be, but we're here. So what do you see? I can also interact with those points, by the way. So it does work kind of like a clock. Every point on every mailbox I can interact with.
All right. So it's basically a 3 by 3 grid with
1,
buttons and
2,
numbers
3,
14,
4.
16, 18.
It is a 1, 2, 3,
Or a
4,
3 by 3 grid.
4 rows, 3 columns.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because it's 44,
Yeah,
then 34,
yeah, the
24. Okay.
14, 16, 18, and through 44, 46, 48.
Okay. So mine is a single scene. I cannot scroll at all.
Okay.
I imagine it's got a green wall, so it's probably the same post office. My screen is dominated.
See no wall.
Oh, okay. So mine behind, so there's a green wall. To the far left is a cut off what looks to be a series of shelves that seem to have packages with stamps on them, marking. It seems to be the number 5. I don't know if that's a date or simply a station number. I don't think it means much. But what I see is dominated by a large red mailbox. It has a crown at the top, or it's a red mailbox and then has a brown trim attached to the wall and a crown at the top. It's emblazoned with the bugle symbol. Scroll. There's a line. There's a little flap, probably for inserting letters. Then there's text that says "Post Brevkas," so probably post box. Then there is a blank slat. So I imagine there could be a station number there, but there's nothing written. I click on it. It just makes a clanking noise. It just flaps the letterbox. And then there's an opening at the bottom which does nothing. The only thing I can seem to interact with is clicking on the post doc and making it clang. To the right of that are 2 bins that seem to have scrolls and what seems to be a box in them. Clicking on them just makes a paper noise. And then there's a map that I cannot interact with.
Does the map have a compass rose on it?
No compass rose on it, just a vague outline of land masses, but nothing else. I'd say the most detailed thing, and most likely the focus, is the post box, but I have nothing to do with it.
Okay. Then perhaps we need to visit the house or Ravens and come back.
Alright. Well, I have exited the post office.
Alright, I am exiting. Alright. Leftward and onward.
Alright, so I'm now looking at the house, and I'm going to enter.
Entering the house. New scene. What do you see?
Alright, so now I am looking what seems to be a room. Gray wall, wood-paneled floor, just like it was before. There are three major features. At the top, or at the far right, is a door that takes up about a third of the screen. And then the rest of the screen is dominated by a large wooden plaque with a series of bells, each labeled with a different room. So it's a servant's bell, basically. How you would know. So this is probably near the servants' quarters. You would ring bells in these different rooms, and it would tell servants where they need to be. They are, from left to right, there are 6 rooms. There is kitchen, front door, study, music room, office, and dining hall. Clicking on the plaques does nothing, but I'm able to ring the bells.
Okay.
Each bell has a different tone. Below that, there is a potted plant, and there's what seems to be a piece of paper under the plant, which I can click on. And it's now a note from Amelie. It says, "I left you something downstairs. It will be my greatest invention yet. Play our secret melody, and I'll open the door." So that means it does correlate. So there's going to be a puzzle that tells us, if we click on kitchen, front door, study. I've taken these notes very badly.
No, it's fine. I just wrote the 6 across because I felt like those were focus points. Same thing. Kitchen, front door, study, music, office, dining.
Office, dining.
And then I was, yeah.
And then each one has a bell.
Is there anything else kind of note in your room?
Nothing else of note other than, I should say the... Oh, Jesus. Okay, when I click on the door, it plays all the bells with a loud, cacophonous chime, showing that I have made an error in the puzzle. Yes.
Okay.
And I cannot scroll. So that's the entirety of the scene.
Alright. My room...
There's what sounds like a fire in the background.
Okay. Then you are near me. My room... I can scroll, but I won't yet. The scene I'm opened up to is similar to what you described. I have kind of a gray wall with white trim, flooring, wood panel flooring. My door is on the lefternmost side and kind of swings inward from left to right. The handle's on the left, my left.
Same.
There is a plant to the left of that, like a potted plant with leaves. Messing with the plant does nothing. I accidentally clicked my way out of the house because that's where the arrow was. Plant does nothing. To the right half of my screen, there are logs and a fireplace. Interacting with the fire makes kind of a popping sound. Nothing I can do with the logs. The fireplace kind of like brick lined like you'd expect with a small metal grill over the bottom, only like quarter of it, and kind of white trim around it. Above is the skull mount of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a 10-point buck, assuming you go by counting the actual points. I can't click on the... When I click on it, I just hear kind of rattling, almost like somebody's shaking dice. But when I click on my door, it opens to stairs leading downwards. I see a stair rail in the background. I see a lit light, but I cannot click to enter the door. I just opened the door and that's it. But after doing so, I'm able to scroll downwards. So I'm on the upper floor, I assume. As I scroll down below the floor, I see a series of pipes. Kind of at the elbows, you're laden with cobwebs. And I come into almost what looks, I'm going to say, like Amelie's kind of lab type area. There's not a lot of tools or anything, but it's kind of a dark area. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of larger wooden shelves staggered across the wall. The topmost shelves have 2 boxes. no, not interactable. There's some paint brushes and paint cans with paint, with rope on a shelf. I see kind of an empty jar. I can slide the jar, but I can't slide it off or break it. Let's see. Okay, this might be a movement puzzle. I'll have to play around. I can move a piece that's near a jar, and I can move a jar. Then I move to another shelf, and I have a lizard on some jars. As I move, he skitters. Okay, another box, and we finally get ourselves to the bottom floor. The bottom floor has a trap. I'm assuming I'm trying to catch the lizard here.
Your audio cut off.
Oh, okay. How's that?
So you were describing the lizard. When you click on it, it skitters.
When I move the jars, the lizard skittered across the wall. As I scroll to the bottom floor, I see a trap that's like a cage on all sides, like a bar cage, with a front sliding panel to close. I'm assuming the goal is to scare the lizard in and trap him.
Fair enough.
There is also a barrel with a cork inside of a bunghole. Oh, God. I accidentally opened it. Words are spilling out. I've literally shit the bed. It says, oh, text came out. I've been working on this iteration for 1 year now in the study. I'd like you to keep it safe for me, Lark. Look after, and then it cuts off. Moving the jars. Oh, I scared the lizard. He ran and got caught in the cage. And it says, in 5 years, when I've gained more knowledge, I'll come back and complete it. I'll be sitting by the dinner table waiting for you. That is everything I have. Oh, the rope fell. Jesus Christ. Okay, all the text is now coming together. So it organized itself. Just to repeat myself, I've been working on this iteration for 1 year now in the study. I'd like to keep it safe for me, Lark. Look after it really well, like you did with the 2 kittens you found in the pantry. In 5 years, when I've gained more knowledge, I'll come back and complete it. I'll be sitting by the dinner table waiting for you. So.
Okay.
That is everything I have.
Oh. Okay, hold on a second. So in
Numbers.
5 years, she'll be at the dining table, right?
It's the number you ring for each area. You goddamn genius.
So in 5 years, she'll be at the dining table, right?
Correct. That's the end. So let's.
And there were 2 kittens in where?
Let's start from the top because I get the pattern. All right. So the first thing you're gonna click, I think, it says 1 year in the study. So 1 study.
So 1 year in the study.
Yep. 2 kittens in the pantry.
2. So that's got to be the kitchen.
Right. So 1 study, 2 kitchen. 5 years. When I've gained more knowledge, I'll come back and complete it, sitting by the dinner table waiting for you. So 1 study, 2 kitchen, 5 dining.
5 dining room. Okay. So then we need office, music room, and front door. I don't think we're supposed to guess.
Do you? It says yours said do the music, right?
Yeah, I left you something downstairs. It will be my greatest invention yet. Play our secret melody, and I'll open the door. When I was saying I don't think we're supposed. I mean, I don't know. Do you feel we're supposed to guess for the other 3 positions?
Maybe not. I was wondering if. Okay, so now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 things here. I was thinking maybe ring study once, kitchen twice, dining hall 5 times, but I think you're right where it's.
You know what? Let me give that a try, actually.
Okay, I'm now thinking that's wrong, and you're right that it's an order thing.
Holy shit, Anthony, that did it.
Oh, there we go.
So now the door is swung open, depicting a banistered staircase leading down, and I'm able to scroll. So it's now leading into a rather dark and decrepit basement. And now I'm seeing the scenery you were telling me about. I see the shelves.
Probably in better detail than described.
I see the boxes. Here's the paintbrushes. There's a withered plant.
Oh, I do not have a plant. I have a empty pot. Oh, yeah, on the far left.
So the top one is 2 boxes. Below that is 3 cans of paint. One of them has 3 paintbrushes in it.
Yep.
On the left. The row below that is what seems to be a dead plant in a jar. Some sort of vase, and then a potted, and then a small rounded pottery, and then a plant pot.
Okay.
Then on the right there are 2 jars, which I can move around.
Yep.
And a box.
And a box.
And there's a barrel hanging from a rope.
Your barrel is hanging from the rope.
Yes.
Ah. Okay, my rope is actually on the paint can shelf.
Oh.
And my barrel is on the floor, bottom left, and I pulled the cork from the bunghole.
So mine, the cork has already been pulled, and I clicked on the barrel, and it sort of jostled and opened a little bit, like one of the planks spread apart. So I'm just going to click on the barrel.
Man, we're going to need a Cooper.
Right, yeah, clicking on it makes the barrel sort of like spread apart. Oh, god damn it.
You have the best one.
It broke very suddenly. So opening it.
Oh god.
Holy shit, Anthony. I clicked it until it broke and a pocket watch fell out.
Really?
Which is now like winding and turning itself.
Uh-oh.
Alright, so the pocket watch. Okay. So the pocket watch, what it is doing is it is spinning both clockwise and counterclockwise and pointing at numbers in a pattern that is repeating. It turns, points at a number, a light flashes, and then it turns to the next number.
Is there a reset?
It constantly resets.
Okay, so the first pattern is clockwise?
No, well, so I can tell you, so it goes to numbers. So I could probably tell you like what numbers it's doing.
Yeah, I want to know, if you could tell me direction and number.
Oh, that's fair. All right, so it's now okay. So it starts off 12.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. Okay, hold on. It goes really fast actually. So let's do numbers first, so we can get that one down. So 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6, and then it resets. So 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6, reset. So it is so it's clockwise, counterclockwise, and then 12, 12, 12.
So it starts at a base clockwise. 12, or it moves clockwise to get to 12, the first 12.
It sort of goes counterclockwise and just like goes left, right when it's doing the multiple 12s.
All right, so when you end at 6, it says 6. Does it move clockwise or counterclockwise to get to 12?
It will then it spins rapidly clockwise and starts over again.
Okay, so it starts over at 12 clockwise.
So it starts it starts at 12 because there is a flash of light. So it's 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6. And then it resets.
So from 12, it spins clockwise or counterclockwise to get to 3?
Clockwise.
Clockwise to 3.
All right,
then
so
12.
So it's clockwise, counterclockwise, and then back forth, then clockwise to 3, clockwise to 6, and then clockwise reset.
Clockwise to 3, clockwise to 6?
Yep.
Okay, so starts at 12, clockwise to 3, counterclockwise 12. Clockwise to 12, counterclockwise to 12, clockwise to 3, clockwise to 6.
Alright, so it's resetting. It's going to reset in a second here. Alright, so it's reset. So it starts at 12, clockwise to 3, counter to 12, and then left, right, 12, 12. Clockwise to 3, clockwise to 6, and then clockwise reset. So 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6.
Okay.
And it's 3 distinct clicks of 12. So it's 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6. Okay.
I'm hearing some creepy crawling. Oh, that's my fire.
All I hear
Alright.
is the sound of like dripping water somewhere and the clicking of the clock.
Ooh. Yeah, yours is like an older version of mine.
Alright, so I guess I'm going to scroll
Okay.
back up.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna back out of here.